morning friends. So today the chapter of class 7, this is the third chapter of your syllabus, that is the fibers to fabric. Okay, so let me write the name. So in this chapter we will discuss on basis of some points, just like the types of fibers. Basically we will discuss on the detailed description on wool and silk. Afterwards, in this chapter we have to know how the wools has been extracted from in the mills, or how from the animals. So the extraction of wool. The silk extraction process in sericulture from the silkworm, that is not entitled in thoroughly, but what is the process of the silk extraction, that was also we have to know in a very brief. Other things, just like the life cycle, I am just using the abbreviation LS for life cycle of silkworm. Just the outline life cycle stages, I mean the 4 stages of their life cycle, and some occupational hazards. That means when the workers works on those industries for extracting the wools or even the silk, then some disease can happen during the interaction of their work. Okay, so we have to know a little bit on these topics. Okay, so let's have a look one by one the segments of this. So according to the source, the fibers, they have been 2 types: natural and artificial. Artificial is also called man-made. So artificial or man-made. Natural fiber, the example of it, that is just what I already mentioned, that is silk, wool, etc. Why they are natural? Because their main source is to the animals. That's why they are naturally extracted. That's why they are natural. And artificial means you may have known from the chemistry book also: nylon, polyester, polythene, etc. Nylon, rayon, etc. So these are extracted by the industries, by human beings. So they are the artificial. So there are 2 types of main fibers. Now the location. Location means from where, the location, the basic 2 types of fibers we have to read. I already mentioned, that is about, first we are discussing about the wool. Okay. So first of all, their source. Their source is basically from the animals. Just like I can mention you that there are several animals of the species of goat are there, just like Angora goat. Angora is a very special type of species. You will find Angora goat as well as Angora rabbit also. Other than there is Pashmina wool, there are several types of goat species also there who extracted a very quality type of wools. So this type of wool extracting animals are basically prevalent in Tibet, Ladakh, Jammu Kashmir, and even to some extent Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, etc. region also. So they are the natural sources of wool, and not only them, we will find the wools from the llama, alpaca like animals. So these are the sources, natural sources of wool. Now, how the wool has been extracted from the animals, and then not only animals, it will later goes on to the industry, the wool industry, and how they are processed. We have to discuss a little bit by step by step. So let's have a look. One term, that is fleece. Fleece means to extract the wool from the animal. Here I must mention that the fleece removal means on these animals, I mean who has a good quality of wool, etc. They have a two layers of furs on their body. Basically, wool are there at the furs of their body. They have a very thick outer layer, and in just below of it there is a thin layer. So fleece means to removal of the outer covering. Okay. So the thick covering has been removed by the fleece process. So this is called the fleece. Now when the fleece has been completed, then how it has gone to the industry and what are the further processes. So the steps I am just going to write. Steps. The first step of wool extraction, that is the shearing. Shearing means after the fleecing, when the lower cover. So shearing is the process by the removal of the lower layer of the skin from the sheep. So that is the shearing. After shearing, the next process, that is scouring. Scouring is somewhat like when the animals are exposed in nature, then there is a high chance to get they will harbor some kinds of microbes or airborne some dusts also. So scouring is the second thing. We have to roughly wash the skin. Okay, so that is the scouring process. Now, after scouring, there is a very important step, that is the sorting. So what is sorting? Sorting, by the name you can easily guess what is sorting. The sorting of the wool. When we extract that kinds of wool, so there can be variety according to their shape, length or breadth, according to their nature also, according to maybe by their color. Color is an apparent feature, is not the permanent one. So by these some characters, some features, they has been sorted out. And after sorting, I am just using the arrow here. Sorting, the removal of bars. Removal of which? Removal of bars. Now what is bars? Bars means nothing but some extra residue with the wool that can lower the quality of the wool. That's why they have also to be removed. After removal of bar, then the raw wool that has been produced. Now we need coloring. Coloring for which purpose? That is to increase the demand of it. Different coloring that gives you aesthetic value and also makes it attractive to the who will buy it. Okay, so that's why the coloring is needed, and here the coloring is known as the dyeing, because we use different we means whoever associated with this industry, they use the different colored dye. So after dyeing, there are some process called rolling. Rolling means the rolling or finishing. Finishing means the final processing of the wools. Then it will go to the market or wherever we want to send it, or the area to export. So this is the steps of wool extraction in the industries. So the next, is how can we measure the quality of the wool. From the wool, you know that several types of the garments for the winter condition that has been made. So on the basis the quality of the wool, the price has been determined, the quality is obviously determined. What are the characteristics to be a good content fiber or wool fiber? That is, it will be heat resistant. Now the fibers has been transferred to the fabric for making the products. It would be heat resistant, tensile strength, elasticity. Another character can be the glossiness, or you can say that brightness. The glossiness is the sole point. Heat resistance, tensile strength, elasticity, glossiness, and also the obviously the longevity. So these are some characteristics to be a good quality of wood. Longevity should be higher. So this was some brief description about the wool. Now we are coming about the second important one according to the syllabus, that is the silk. Silk is also extracted from the animals. It is extracted from silkworm. The scientific name of silkworm is Bombyx molly. So they eat on the mulberry leaves, whose scientific name is Murus album. There are commonly 4 types of silk we found: Tussar, Muga, Eri, and mulberry. The silk has been made up of 2 proteins, fibroin and sericin. Nowadays, in another term is used sometimes. This is called the MASP2 protein. MASP2 protein. But largely they are consist of the discussing about the process of extraction of silk, that is known as the reeling. And those the laborers who are introduced in the silk industry, they sometimes suffer some different types of health problems, just like headache, some muscle spasm, some nausea-like symptoms also can happen. And another, you must remember, one disease is called Shorter's disease. Shorter's disease. Shorter's disease has been done due to anthrax bacteria that has been carried forward through the silk during the time of its extraction. So this was the brief description of this chapter. Nothing much more diverse has been there in this chapter. So this is the summary of it, and so for this class I am just ending my lecture here. Thank you for listening, and we will discuss gradually among the other related things on this chapter. Okay, so thank you very much.